Hey, this is KSP with Tape, and today you join me in the VAB with, well, as you can see, it's called Project Duna. Project Duna. And in this mini-series, really, I intend to take this, that you can see, that you can see now, all the way to Duna, and then bring a little bit of it back, precisely this little bit on the bottom back. That is a return craft. All of this is various equipment I will use to carry out science and things on the surface of Duna and Ike, and probably a little bit in orbit. I'm going to quickly take you through all the stuff, because it's quite a lot of things. Because, well, it would take ages if I took ages. Yes, it would take ages if it took ages. That's very, very, very clever of me. But anyway, as you can see, the main bit is a 3-man pod. On the top you can see a rover with a little rocket attached to it. That is to deorbit it, and then it will land, ditch these parachutes, and then drive around with people on it. Because I always go to planets and forget rovers and think, well, I can walk around for a little bit, then get bored and go home. It's got some storage containers. More than it needs. I'm only taking 7 people out, because then I can bring 7 people back. And then there's these 2 little landers, which will go to the surface of Duna. Taking 4 people, and this, which I probably should have just... I'm sending those 2 little landers to the surface of Duna, and then this to bring them back, rather than just sending this, because why not? And then I can probably move around a little bit with those. Those will be good. And then there's this lander here, which will need some extra stuff to go to the surface of Ike, and the return craft, and then this big ass drive section with more delta V than it could possibly need. And on the side, the pièce de résistance. Sorry if you're French, that was probably quite terrible murder of your accent. Well, you should hear what people do to the English accent. Anyway, you can see these little things. They're little probes with RCS parachutes and satellites. Satellites? No, solar panels. How the fuck did I get those confused? It doesn't matter. Those are emergency parachutes that can be attached to nothing. They can be attached to this, the surface to orbit little bit, or this little lander in emergencies. Yeah, and as you probably may have guessed from the title, I haven't quite picked yet, but will be something to do with it. I'm not going to send this all up at once, because I probably could, but that would take... Well, actually, it'd take less time, but more thinking. So I'm going to send it up bit by bit, and in this episode, hopefully all together. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you on the launch with the first part of my thing. In post-commentary, don't worry, it will all be at 4 times time accelerate. Hey, yeah, so we're out on the launch with the first bit, which is the main section, with this big-ass complicated launch stage, which has various drop tanks and asparagus staging, as you'll soon see. This is at 4 times, of course. You can see those outside tanks draining nice and fast. I'm watching this on a tiny screen because I'm using a new editor, so I hope this will be informative, but I can't really see the numbers that well. But anyway, we're coming up to 4,000 meters, so we're doing a little bit of a gravity turn and using RCS. And there you go, the first drop tanks. Pretty efficient launch stage, I think. I could be wrong, I have no idea. There go the other ones, leaving this short-looking launch stage, because this was more out of fitting convenience, and that's what I had outside tanks, but yeah. And this will use the actual main section of the whole spaceship will use some of the nuclear engines and the liquid fuel to get into orbit, but I'll refuel it later. You'll see a bit of that. I lost some footage because nothing ever goes quite right for me on my computer. But anyway, here we go. That's pretty high up perhaps. I think it's out of atmo now. I think I'm going to get this up to a 90 kilometer... Yeah, there you go. I think that's 75. I'm going to get this up to a 90 kilometer orbit. So that makes it really easy to RV with. And I am going to be doing a lot of fast RVing, rendezvousing, for those of you who don't know. Like a crazy amount of... you'll see. I was pretty happy with myself. And I'm burning very early because I'm only using 4 nuclear engines, and that will mean a lot of slow burns in this little mini-series. Yeah. But I might use the 5th one on the return craft. But, yeah. So, anyway, I have been to Duna before, well, quite a lot of times, but once on the channel, some of my older viewers, if I have any old viewers, may have seen that, and it absolutely kicked the crap out of one of my crafts. I lost a guy there, and then I sent a rescue mission, and then that went alright-ish, except for the fact that before I got back to Kerbin, the save file corrupted. Yeah, that was so there are two people in some. So I lost 2 Kerbals to a dead hard drive. They're sitting in some dead hard drive space right now. But anyway, you can probably see that this is pitching, or not pitching, yawing. I would call it, yeah, yawing, just like a mad case. And that is because of a rather weird reason that you may see soon, but I can't really tell if it's visible right now. I'll point it out in a bit. And that's our periaps, and that's a pretty-ish orbit. I'm not going to say anything else, just that's ish. And now I fix my inclination, which for some reason makes it more of a problem when I'm launching in the future. Take a drink, because I'm going to be speaking for like half an hour. Yeah. Oh, that's circularizing my orbit. So in this whole kind of mission, I intend to kind of take a whole bunch of things and really take on everything with Duna, because, well, not really the idea, but the inspiration came from, well, I have been following Scott Manley's Evil Bust, and I just really like the shot of a Kerbal flying down the ship, and it just looking awesome. So I was like, I've got to do something like this. And that's the ship in the sunlight. Yeah, so then I designed this big craft, and don't know why it black screened for a while, but anyway, now we're launching one of the landers, yeah, one of the landers, with this little launch stage. So yeah, I wanted to build a big ship and take a bunch of stuff places. Because I've never properly explored Duna, just been there a few times. Just kind of said hello, crashed a ship and stuff. But yeah, this is a pretty light launch stage, because I do like to make them as small as possible, except for my refueler I send up in a bit, which you won't see. You'll see a bit of it, but I lost the footage for some reason. I think it's because it took so long, because it was, though that was an explosion, but it's fine, that was just the decoupler exploding under the engine pressure. But anyway, because the video actually went on so long when I recorded that bit, that because I was getting rubbish frame rates, as you might be able to tell, but they were absolutely terrible frame rates, and it took, I think, 20 minutes just for the ships to stop wobbling around and actually dock. So then it was like, no. Anyway, I've just flown straight up and got an encounter before my first orbit, which I was very proud of, because usually I go up and spend about 2 orbits getting into the right position, but I had to do this fast because there were so many launches, and I think I did it pretty well considering I used pretty small launch stages. Anyway, so right now I am circularizing by burning upwards to bring the apoaps towards me, or maybe downwards. Well, whatever I'm doing, I'm actually getting rid of my velocity relative to the target by burning retrograde relative to the target, which I'm not sure what it is actually, but if I burn upwards, it brings my apoaps down and my periaps up, so it makes it circular. And I am using lander fuel, which will be replenished. And that's relatively circular, and I am pretty close to the target, and I think now I just burn straight for it, because why not? Yeah, I think I'm, what's that, 14 kilometers? Maybe I'm not actually entirely sure, because it's a really tiny screen. Usually I'm watching in full screen. But anyway, and it looks like I'm deorbiting right now, but I cancel that out because this is very maneuverable, and I can replenish so much fuel. And I have quite a lot of RCS, maybe? Not sure. Could, possibly, maybe. I have to replenish quite a lot of RCS, and I think that's Jeb and Bob? I think Bob or Bill. I don't know. I can't read the writing. I hate this tiny little preview screen. But anyway, so I am taking 7 Kerbals, because this could fit loads. This could take loads, but I'll have to leave them orbiting Duna, because I'm going to leave most of this orbiting Duna, leave some of it on Duna. That's one of the main reasons I built a lander, and then another lander, which will bring people back, just because I like leaving stuff on other planets, because it's cool. And when I get back, I'm like, oh yeah, remember that time? If this save is still alive, which probably won't be. And I was thinking of waiting till 0.22, because that'll have R&D, and that would be pretty cool. Which is research and development. But anyway, I'm coming in for my docking. which I think I've got quite good at. This is very quick. Even at 1x, I just slide in pretty slick in chase mode. If you're having problem docking, put it in chase mode, the camera, and then you can see exactly it'll do what you expect it to do because of the angling. Anyway, that's nicely docked. Now let's move the crew over really quick. I don't know what past me was doing right now. Oh no, yeah, now I'm moving a crew over. It's a tight fit, but I can get out. So I'm getting in, and as you may have seen, the crew cabin on the left has doors on both sides and is flickering like a madman. Now, what could that be? It's let's call it a custom crew cabin. Yeah, with double doors. Now, what it actually is something weird happened, which I can't explain. I don't remember it happening, but I put on I somehow, okay, we're going to the next launch. I put two that's warping into the right place, and we're going. But anyway, I somehow put two cabins in the same place, and therefore two probes. So if I detach that probe, it just goes nuts. I tried to hack it out of the thing, but it didn't go particularly well. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that and count it as a weight imbalance because of stuff. Because quantum physics. Yeah, let's call it error in quantum physics. Damn you, quantum physics, ruining my spaceships. Anyway, gravity turning with another lander. In retrospect, I probably could have cut this out, but this doesn't go on that long. And my next episodes will probably be shorter, because this was just so much stuff, and I wanted to do it in one episode, because I like doing things quickly and not wasting time. But maybe you would prefer to see me do everything intricately. But it would be a lot of the same, so I wouldn't make you sit through that. Right, so yeah, doing virtually the same thing, just slightly more efficiently this time. And you will have noticed that I'm using the LVT-45, maybe? I don't know, something like that. Basically just because I need a lot of power, and a lot of my ships that I build, the launch stages are very fast for most of these, because I need it to be fast and responsive. Because I'm basically just forgetting what Newton said and just flying at spaceships with other spaceships, which is always the best way to do things, I find. All that orbital mechanics and crap, who needs that? Okay, got my encounters set up. Ish. Well, encounters, rendezvous. I'm not really going to encounter it. Well, I will encounter it, it just won't be in a planetary. I'm going to shut up. And this is the other commander. They will be moved into the command section, and I will need to think of a name for the ship. Haven't got one yet. It's just called Project Duna. Although I think right now it's called Project Duna Main Section. Yeah, there you go. Take another drink, because talking. Okay. I just fix my inclination, maybe? That might be it. There's the sun. I will fly into the sun, maybe one day. But I think that just kills you, because, you know, it's the sun. So I think I'm pretty close right now. God knows, I can't see. No, I can see a bit. I'm pretty close. So I'm drifting in using engines and RCS. And manipulating time, which is a very useful tool. If only I could do it in real life, that would be most useful. Stop time and rob banks. That's what I'd do. Yeah, I'm a bank robber now. Been playing so much Grand Theft Auto 5 that I have become a bank robber. Which, oh, that's going to be so good. I think, yeah, the online comes out tomorrow, which might be the day I upload this. I'm looking forward to that. It looks pretty awesome. If you haven't got Grand Theft Auto 5 already, and have spare money, and, you know, like those kind of games, buy it. Just do it. It was really impressive, because a lot of people, I think Inside Gaming, were saying, oh, it's going to probably make $1 billion the first month. It's like, oh, wow, because Grand Theft Auto 4 didn't quite, and Black Ops did. It made $1 billion in 2 days. 800 million the first day because of pre-orders, and 200 million the second day, which is insane. But anyway, let's focus on this game. I'm docking. That's happened. What else am I doing? Drifting in, pretty smooth docking again. These were pretty easy. The refueler docking was horrifying. And I lost the footage because I think my computer thought the same thing. I was like, nope. As you can see, my madly awesome quantum double cabin and probe section there. That's just scientists were like, can you do some quantum physics experiments for me? I was like, okay, alright. I literally have no idea how that happened. Get Bill Kerman out now. I think it's Bill, maybe. Oh, and that also means... Oh no, because... Yeah, I think it should be balanced, because Kerbals weigh like 0.3 tons for some reason, so 4 of them, that's like 1.2 tons, and those don't weigh that much more, so really it'll probably be fairly balanced. Anyway, now I'm bringing the... I think I've named it Surface to Orbit, which goes from the surface of Duna to the orbit of Duna, to bring my men back. And I'm pausing for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they were ninjas. I had to kill them real quick. Anyway, so we're launching with a different launch stage. I quite like this one. Just because it looks alright, I suppose. It's just quite useful and can lift quite a lot. And you may notice that my nav ball is upside down. That is because it's mounted, the ship is mounted upside down. Well, the craft on top is mounted upside down because the engine it's using is a toroidal aerospike, which you can't put a decoupler under because it's a spike. And obviously there is no way around that at all, ever. And you can see stuff flying over my head. That's just some debris, I think. And this fuel is going down nice and fast, especially at 4 times. And then I've got another little transfer stage to do it all. I think I may have overpowered this stage a bit, but I don't really care too much because I needed to do it fast. And I think, what am I doing now? Yeah, I'm doing everything right is what I'm doing. There you go, burning with that. I'm not sure if I quick load and quick save here because I think I was thinking about it because it was getting annoying, but I'm not sure. I don't know, I've kind of had to throw this together because my editor's been horrifying. Yeah, it's fine. We're close enough. And I can just burn right at the target. It's not hard to get rendezvous with targets. And I'm alright at it now. I've done this so much that it's just kind of become... Yeah, no, I didn't even have to do it. I was like, should I? No, I'll fight through this because this is space. And in real life, there are no restarts. That's looking pretty good. Oh, getting ready to slow down now. Drifting in towards my ship. Don't know, pretty close now. I think it flies right past me, actually. Well, that might be in the next bit. Oh, no, I slowed down perfectly. And now switching to the ship, ditching the extra fuel. I should probably get rid of the... Well, should have. I've recorded all this now. I should probably have got rid of the debris because frame rates are horrifying. Not so bad at 4 times, but it was horrible for me, especially docking the refueler, which you're going to, like, not going to see, so you're just going to hate me for talking about it constantly. But anyway, yeah, so this is a pretty good craft. I think, actually, if I really needed to, if everything just exploded... Well, no, if everything exploded, everyone dies. But if, say, my return craft just broke, I think I could bring the whole thing back if I really desired. But I did a lot of pointless measures in this ship, because why not? Because I didn't want anything to go wrong. And I am coming in... Oh, and this is quite a hard docking, because it's like... Because I've got to dock to this tiny little junior docking port nestled between fuel tanks, as you can see I'm setting there, which is underneath a lander, so there is no kind of margin for error. And I've kind of finally perfected using the movement with movement like up, down, and sideways with the RCS. I've gotten all right at that, which I have to say helps. So moving gently in now, just kind of coming in at an angle, because that's the best way to do things. Well, yeah, this wasn't as fast. It was pretty fast, but even at 4 times, I've realised it looks kind of a little slow. Just trying to, yeah. It doesn't look bad. And we've entered the sunlight. I think that launch... No, that launch was in the day. I think the next one might be in the night. Kind of sorry about that, but, you know, there's not a huge amount I can do. Because I kind of... Well, no, there is stuff I can do, but, you know, all these were in the day, and then they just happened to be in the night, and, it's not bad. I mean, you can see it. And I might brighten it or something. Because I think YouTube darkens things, because YouTube, yay. And now we've moved in, docked perfectly. That's just pretty good. Yeah. What am I doing now? Okay, because there were no crew aboard there, so I don't have to bring any home, because I accidentally bring some up in another ship, and I have to take them home, because I can't only take 7, and, you know, I took more than 7 up to the ship. Although I think oh crap, I think I left one. Yeah, I think I left this guy up there. So I'm going to have to bring him back. That'd really suck. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Mars. Nope, I mean Duna. Oh yeah, I'm going to go to Duna. No, you're just going to do some stuff in space, then come home. Although, in fairness, if someone was like, hey, some people are going to Mars, do you want to go to space for a bit? I'm like, sure, because space is awesome. And I'd so go to space if I got the chance. I've kind of stopped talking about the launches because I've done quite a few. Anyway, this is coming up right now. Pretty fast because it's 4 times. Pretty fast anyway. This was really fast. There goes the first bit. The first stage. The first bit. I'm the best at the video game. Shut up. And then this stage, even this one's pretty fast because usually the Poodle engine's rubbish because it's it's really heavy and not that powerful, which is a horrible combination. I try to use LVTs instead of them. But yeah, I really like it when ships look good, so, you know, I often give up functionality for aesthetics, because I'm the best rocket designer, shut up. Getting pretty close. Now this lander probably won't get to Ike by itself, might, because Duna has pretty low gravity, but then Ike has pretty high gravity. Not like Tylo, but I think higher than the Mun, or the Moon, or whatever the hell, I don't know. So I might just attach it, because I'm going to have quite a lot of extra fuel, I might just attach it to something else, fly it out there with probably the return craft, because that has a nuclear engine, so just fly it out there with that, then bring both back. It should be fine, it's got quite a lot of fuel. So I'll figure that out when I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So we're getting in pretty close, still using the engine, because I'm still going pretty fast, I believe. I think, yeah, there you go, fly right past it there, because I'm super good at this. And then just kind of drastically do terrible things and burn in random directions, but I bring it under control because I've gotten pretty good at this game. I've played it for far too much, for definite. So now I'm burning right at my target, and then what am I doing now? Oh yeah, getting ready to slow down. I got really confused then. I thought maybe I was slinging my engine away. So I never like to leave the engine heading at the target, at the ship, because, you know, probably going to break it. So I think I've actually made that move slightly away, hopefully. Yeah, because it just drifts around. You'll see it in other bits of the launch. But yeah. So now I am moving in with the RCS thrusters. As you can probably see, I don't know why I'm commentating that, but I think I'm coming in on the right side. I never had a problem where I'd come in on the wrong side. It all just went fine. Everything just kind of went together quite nicely for this. Like, the whole launching idea of launching just basically straight at the target, or kind of so I'll meet it as quickly as possible. Never tried it before, but it worked, and I was like, yay, that's good. And then all my dockings went fine, and it was fine. That's pretty cool. So we're moving in. That's pretty good at the target. Just look at him going crazy. Why so serious? God, I love that film. He's all serious. The Joker's so cool. Yeah, you know what I realized? What is Alfred's job before he was a butler? I was watching the film. This is completely off topic, but I was watching the film, Dark Knight, and when he's talking to Batman about the Joker, he's saying about how when he was in Burma working for the government, he had to find a jewel thief or whatever, and then Batman's all like, so did you find him? Well, no, he said it in his Bruce Wayne voice. He's like, how did you get him? He's like, yeah, how? And Alfred's like, we burned the forest. What was his job before he was a butler? It's like, yeah, we just did a film and a half, and by the way, I'm a freaking badass. Yeah. I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. I want to know what his job was. I'm going to find that out, and then, yeah. Anyway, now we're launching the return craft, I believe. And then I have to launch the refuel craft. And then I launch the rover, because I'm taking a rover down to the... Yeah, you'll have seen it. Then I'm taking... So I have to refuel at the rover's docking port, and then send up the rover. But it's fine, because the rover doesn't really need any fuel. It needs a little bit of fuel to deorbit, but it's fine. And actually, maybe some fuel to, land. I don't know if 6 parachutes will suffice. God knows. Too late now. Because everything else that lands on Duna has engines. That will be an experiment. I mean, yes, the scientists were like, yeah, we don't know too much about the atmosphere. Let's test it out on this. That was a thing, not me just not thinking about it. And I think this was another new launch stage, or maybe the same one I used for the surface to orbit one. And there we go. I think I'm coming in a little late. No, about just in the middle of being late, and yeah, so a little late because I'm a little far back. But it's fine. I can just manipulate this. I've got a nuclear engine, so as much fuel as I could possibly want. And this is the return craft, so it's got enough to go from Duna to, like, Kerbin with 7 Kerbals. So it's fine. Although these Kerbals aren't going to get to go to Duna. Poor them. But they're just training to be better astronauts. And I think they're still on the surface. Like, I haven't long finished recording, because I did most of it yesterday, and then recorded a little bit more today. And then didn't bring them back. So yeah, they're just sitting on the surface of Duna like, are we getting picked up, guys? Guys, have you forgotten about us? And we're like, yeah, kinda. I'll get them at some time. You just have to press one button. I don't know why. It's fine, it's a computer game. Shut up. Right, so now we're getting in close. Oh no, I go all the way around because I can't be bothered to manipulate it anymore. This is the longest time I think it takes to rendezvous, which is pretty good considering this is quicker than I've ever done it, even on the slowest one. And you may have been noticing that I've been trying to keep Kerbin out of the frame in normal view for as much as possible, because it has pretty bad frame rates anyway, but when you get Kerbin in the screen, it absolutely dies. But I really have to get a better graphics card, because this is a little slow. But it's fine for now, and the main problem is that I have the recorder on as well. It probably wouldn't be able to do this all right without the recorder, but I thought maybe if I'm making a video I should probably get some video rather than, just telling you what happened and just making a Kerbal radio show. I'm sure you'd much prefer to see hear a radio show than actually see stuff. And I flew past the target again, but it's fine. Oh, that looks pretty cool already. I do like how this looks. I mean, it's not quite as cool as the Eve or Bust ship, but I'm not Scott Manley, so shut up. And this is a completely different idea, because he's going... That's Eve, this is Duna. They're very different missions, because I don't have to try too hard to get off Duna. But I'm doing lots of different things. Anyway, and this is completely stock, because I can't be bothered to use mods for something like this. I can't get the keything mod to work because I've got everything else to work except the drills. If I try to use a drill, the game just crashes. I don't know why. Probably because Linux is just like, hey, you know what's fun? Just making everything you do not work. It hates me. It's my arch nemesis. But anyway, enough about operating systems, more about what's happening on screen, which is yet another docking. God, this is docking mania. I hope you like docking, because this is docking. And I hope you didn't think this would be a docking tutorial, because I've been talking about Batman. If you didn't know, because hopefully you've watched the whole video. If you're just joining me, you missed talking about Batman, complaining about my operating system and software, complaining about other things, talking about frame rates and graphics cards. Stay tuned for more boring crap. But I will... Yeah, no, it's fine. Shut up. I'm telling you guys to shut up a lot, even though you're not saying anything. Maybe I'm going insane, maybe I'm not. You should all start placing bets on how long it takes for me to go insane. That'd be really mean, don't do that. Okay, and now this is going alright. Just moving in, docking, and Kerbal in the frame, not slowing it down too much because it can't get much slower. And I have got all the settings down pretty low. I mean, the shadows look pretty bad. And we've moved into nighttime, so you probably can't see what's going on. I'm sorry about that. But I did try to do this as much in the day as possible. This is less maneuverable because I think I only have like four docking ports. No, four RCS thrusters. Four docking ports would be illogical. That's highly illogical, Captain. As Spock would tell Captain Kirk. Yeah, Captain Kirk. Like, no, why are you putting more docking ports on the ship? And Kirk's just like, I need more docking ports, man. Just throwing them at the ship because I don't know why he would do that, but he's such a rogue that Starfleet were like, no more docking ports. He was like, more docking ports, man. And I'm just checking things. Oh, turning off all the engines. And checking the fuel and figuring out I need to send about 1,000 litres. And that's done. As you can see here, I've refueled everything. As I've said, I've lost all the footage for that. So all you see now is me flying away in my refueler. But I promise you, I did refuel and did get the 3 spare Kerbals. Although, crap, I was supposed to get 4, wasn't I? Because there's one in the... Oh. So yeah, so I've got my 3 Kerbals instead of 4, so one's going to be stuck on Duna unless I can be bothered to send another ship, which I can, don't worry, I'm a good person. And now we've entered the atmosphere with them back. I'm sorry about the footage, I have no idea what happened. I think it might have just taken so long that the recorder was like, nope, and it wasn't interesting, it was just transferring fuel. I basically flew about 1,000 litres of fuel up there, put it all in the ship, and then came back. But you'll get to see a ship re-entering it 16 times, because I'm watching it at 4 times, because I was running out of time to do stuff, and this is at 4 times because I forgot to slow it down. And there you go, going nuts. Look, that's what it looks at 16 times. There you go. There go the chutes. And there's me sitting in the cockpit looking at the radar altitude, because I need to know when the chutes will go, and I need to turn off 4 times time accelerate to stop the ship ripping itself apart. And there we go. Everything's fine, nothing broke. And we're coming down 4 times again. Keep looking at the radar altitude so I don't smash into anything. Just basically listing what I'm doing. Then we're coming into the nice fields where they will stay for a little while until I can, you know, get them back. Coughing because I've been talking so long. And now we're sending up the rover on this nice little light launch vehicle, which isn't actually that fast. Thought it would be faster, but it's not, but it's fine. Anyway, this is going to be a key part that will allow me to do much more exploring than usual. Rovers are always good. That's why they took well, it's not so much a Mars rover, it's more like a buggy, like the moon buggy. I forgot what that was called, but they'd always take them to the, well, no, I think on the, I'm not sure when the first one was sent up. I think Apollo 14? No, maybe Apollo 15, because Apollo 13 didn't work so well. So yeah, well, it was probably Apollo 15 they sent up the rover, because they had them for 15 and 16, and then they proved so reliable that on 17 they let them go out of range of being able to walk back, so they would just spend more time around the moon than they were supposed to, driving around the moon than they were supposed to. But yeah, they were pretty good. So I've kind of built a fairly heavy duty one that you'll have seen. I'm kind of, it's got a lot more lateral velocity than I'd like right now, because not a very powerful engine and pretty heavy, but this next bit is very fast because it's fairly small and has a LVT 45 and is pretty much just enough fuel to get me there without having to use any extra fuel, so everything works out fine. I think I'm only down like a little bit of RCS fuel, so everything's good. There's quite a lot of RCS on the ship, so it's fine. I doubt I'll need to use that much RCS. And now I'm just basically burning right at the target. They're just like, there it is, let's fly towards it. I don't actually know what the circumference of Kerbal is. I know it's something like 10 times smaller than Earth. This has to be another universe then, I suppose, because nothing would work 10 times smaller. But yeah, well, given that when you look at this you don't think, well, that's definitely our universe, so yeah. Anyway, enough talking about how this is a different universe and more talking about how, what the hell am I doing there? I don't know. That's taken me far enough. And now I will RCS in with the small amount of RCS I have. I don't know if this rocket is mounted on the bottom or the top. and I can't fully see right now, but if the rocket's mounted on the bottom, then I can use it to slow my descent onto Duna. But if it's not, then I have to trust that 6 parachutes will suffice. But it's fine, it's not too heavy. And I'll send it down first, because then I can adjust where the people will land. The Kerbals and their things. Anyway, I'm pointing this ship at it to make this a little quicker, because I can't be bothered to maneuver, because it has this tiny probe, which is the worst piece of terrible. It's a piece of terrible. Anyway, I'm moving in and about to end this video in about a minute-ish, because this has gone on for 35 minutes. And I'm a little tired, and I'm sure you don't want to watch any more bloody docking. But yeah, so that's the final bits of it going together. You can see the whole ship. I'll get a nice money shot in a minute. So, you know, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please leave me a like. That'll make me feel happy. If you want to say stuff, comment, as always. And if you want to see more, subscribe. There goes a screenshot. I will see you next time.